Okay, so hello and welcome back to another episode of preparation for Europe. I need to find a big boy list. Where is it? Where's the big boy list? Here's the big boy list. Right, I probably should explain a bit that yeah, it's been a while. We haven't worked on the van for over a week, I'd say. We were busy with helping the family members, doing some jobs, and currently it's a red warning heat wave. It's roasting up here. At this point, I wish we would be back in Scotland in the cold locks, hailstorm. No. Yeah, we just need to finish a few jobs on Flossie, and then we need to take her out to relax a bit because we've been just non-stop going, working and doing stuff. Also, don't stress about Millie. She's not here currently. She's not dead. She's still alive, even though she barely can keep up with this heat. The heat is definitely not easy for her. Emily's spending some time with her mum at the moment, so I'm gonna crack on with some mechanical jobs that are on our big boy list. We still need to tick 2 more boxes from the upper list, let's say, sliding door bearing, which is technically is a bit of mechanical, but a part of that we also need to do sink cover. But I'm not sure, like, am I gonna be able to finish that or no? But anyway, first thing, service. Oh, forever black, that's done. Spray wheels, that's done. This needs to be ticked off. Wait a second. Tick. Tick. Anyway, let's do the service. Let's start from draining the oil. I jacked the front up a bit just to give me a bit more room to get underneath. You could probably do it without it, but I'm a fat bastard, so I need more room. Oil filler cap off. Find something to catch your oil to. There's a nice contraption because you can then drain it through this tap. Anyway, I don't remember what's the size of the sump plug. Let's have a look. And so I reckon that's gonna be 13. It's gonna do a lot of splashing. I have this feeling. And also I think I'm gonna need to address this at some point. Let me show you. As you can see, a drop of oil, which we knew about for a while now, and I'm just dreading this job. If my diagnosis are not wrong, that's the rear main crankshaft seal. So it's a job that requires removing the gearbox. Once you remove the gearbox, you need to remove the clutch and the flywheel, which at that point you sort of can inspect your flywheel and the clutch. But the thing is, once you have everything off, it's just a good practice to replace at least clutch if the flywheel is fine. But it's just another expense that the actual seal itself is probably no more than 30 quid, but the job to replace it is about 5-6 hour job. So I'm really debating what to do about this. I know that I need to do it, and it would be good to do it before we leave. So I don't know, I'll see. I'll have a think about it. But for now, let's focus on the oil. 13 I said. Where's the toolbox? Good old toolbox. Let's do the little spanner. Let's see then. Is it 13? Oh, look at that. It's 13. Right, you stay there. So if you're gonna splash, you have where to. Right, I still got it. Can I still take the plug off without getting covered in oil? Whoa! You see? You see? I knew that that's gonna happen. It's genius. Genius. Oh, I still got some oil, but I think that's from actual sun plug. Right, so whilst they're draining, I'll try to get the bits for the oil filter. And the oil filter should be, what's the size? This is the oil filter, and you need to find a socket. You can probably get like one of these oil filter cups that basically then does the whole thing, but it has this bit for the socket, which is 32. My guess is 32. So let's have a look here. 32. Dun, 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 dun. Who thinks I was right? Who thinks? Oh my god, it's not 32, it's 36. Unbelievable. Can't believe it. I need to dig into other socket set. Also, look at our garage. It's very packed at the moment. We've still got bloody coats hanging on our doors. It's flipping heat wave, like what the hell. But look at this. We'll get to this later on. I'm doing a service now. I should have a socket. Oh, brake pads. I need them. $36, big boy. It's actually so nice to be in shade because that sun is just ridiculous. Haha, like a glove. Put the plug back in. I should replace this because it only has this O-ring that is a bit perished, but I do oil changes quite regularly. Next time I'll make sure I have a new one. Torqued to spec. My hand is a torque wrench. Let's take this oil filter out then, I guess. Oh my god, I've done that so tight. Nearly lost my knuckles. Right, this thing was very handy when it was staying like this, but for some reason it's not staying like this anymore. Right, this should be sort of empty, which is not. Oh yeah, you can remove this middle bit with the Allen key. That basically drains this oil filter housing, and then when you remove the actual cup or the oil filter, what do you call that thing? The bit that oil filter sits in, you don't have this mess. It's not dripping on your hands. Ooh, here we go. Whoa, I said so. Jeez, I'm covered in oil. Oh no. I need a rag. God damn it. Right, you stay there. I'm very unprepared for this job today. Usually I have some black gloves or something. Got nothing today. Right, let's take this out. So what we're gonna do now, I'll grab our new oil filter, fresh and clean. We're gonna not forget to replace the seal with your filter. Put a little bit of oil in it. Push the new one in, and that's ready to go back in. you do need to be careful with these, because if you do them tight, you can struggle next year to remove this, and you usually find the torque spec just on the actual filter. So it says 25 Newton meters. Click, 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 click. There you go. Torque to spec. We do a little wipe down, wipe off the oil, and that's done. Let's have a look at this oil. Sometimes you're basically looking for glitter, which would mean that you have metal filings from your engine internal components, which is not the best sign. This one looks just like normal diesel oil. Now we only need to top up the oil and service done. Alright. You're probably thinking, what the hell? Do you need 20 liters of oil for this engine? No. Don't ask me why I got 20 liters. It was cheaper in the long run. Okay? 5 liters of this oil cost 50 quid. I need 7 liters, so I need to buy 2 bottles of 5 liters, which end up being 10 liters, and I'm spending 100 or even over 100 pounds for 10 liters. 20 liters cost 110 pounds. So it was a no-brainer, okay? Right, so I don't know how I'm gonna measure 7 liters now. Nope, no chance. This is my answer. This is about 2 liters. So I need 3.5 maybe? Yeah, that's my solution. That's 1. I can hear it hitting empty sump. 2. For God's sake. Why am I making so much mess? Alright, we should be somewhere about right. Obviously the van is not level, one side is raised, so my dipstick is not going to show the correct level, but it's going to be enough for a start. Once it's back on the floor, I can start to let it run for a few minutes, switch it off, let the oil settle down, and then recheck it. But I should be somewhere not far off the max. Actually, I'm above the max because it's probably tilting, the front is tilting, so the oil goes back. So yeah, I think I'm good. I will need to top up a little bit more because when you start the engine, the filter fills up. That takes about 300 ml. So the oil is gonna drop. Big boy list. Service to do. Done. So just because the front already raised, I might as well do the brake pads now. Let's do a quick inspection. That's alright, it's not wheel bearing, it's just the steering rack is moving. Coil spring is a bit corroded. Looks alright. Everything looks still solid. Let's take the wheels off. Oh, come on. So the discs are still fine. This bush looks a bit tired, it's a bit cracking. All the bulging dust covers seem to be okay. There's nothing split. Right, so the brake pads are out, and as you can see, you probably can't see it well, but the inner pad quite low. But also now I'm noticing why that brake pad is very low. Like this slider is moving, it's quite stiff. I mean, it is moving alright. This definitely could move freely. The bottom one also is a bit sticky. It should slide in and out way easier. It should almost like spring back out. These don't really do that, so it's good just to re-grease them. Let's push these pistons back. For that I usually use big water pliers. You can take an old brake pad, put it against it, and then push back. Beautiful. And then caliper goes back on. A little slide bolt also going back on, and that's one side done. Torque this back as always. Now just need to do another side. Same coil spring a bit corroded. This control arm bush looks a bit more tired. It's like very perished. I think I will need to think about this before the MOT. Bit of crust. Dust covers look alright. Same with that one. Anyway, it's exactly the same process on this side, so I guess let's do the magic. There we go. That side done too. Also was putting things back together. I noticed that, so this plate I noticed before taking the wheel off. If you look at the ball joint, the bottom ball joint just there has a little bit of play. So that's another thing on the list. The thing is, I'm more than certain that I even have a spare ball joint, but in the case that the control arm bush in such a condition where it's cracking and perished, that it's getting to the point that probably the bush itself soon is going to start coming out, it's just easier to replace that whole control arm rather taking the control arm just to replace the ball joint and then putting it back. It's a new control arm. But yeah, let's put the wheel back on. And then the thing is, it's 4 o'clock already and I need to get back to Emily, which is an hour's drive, so I'm not sure where to wrap things up. It would be good to weld a new piece of wheel arch here, cut this out, weld a new one in, and do the rest of the filling and sanding and painting and all that malarkey later on. I could do that, but I don't know how long it's gonna take me. Come out. So yeah, it's just one of those things that you think that you have a lot of time, but by the time you finish quite a few of these jobs, you have to wrap things up. Shall I try to do as much as I can till 5 o'clock? Yeah, why not? Just bloody dropped the camera again, straight on these rocks. Scratch the lens. So annoying. This camera is really going through some stuff. Oh, the front of it looks... Ugh. Anyway, let's do some rust treatments to get rid of this rust bug. So I've got this little piece that I sort of cut it in shape, and this sort of just slides in there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna spot weld it, this in place, and yeah, then basically I'm just gonna need to get some body filler, fill it up, sand it, paint it, and job's done. I don't care, you can judge me, I'm not a welder, but this plate is solid. It's in there, and after filling it up with the body filler, respraying it, it's gonna look absolutely fine. So yeah, I think that's it. For now, I'm gonna pack up. Yo, before I do that, let's take off some things. Can we take some things? Yes, we can. We only not have our brake pads done. So wheel arch treatment. Can I do half tick? Let's do half tick, because essentially it is halfway done. Oh, I forgot about that sliding door bearing. Anyway, I'm done for today. I'm gonna have a shower. I'm roasting, and I'll crack on another day. It's roasting again. God. This next day, we need to continue with our list. Let me get in the shade because it's way too warm on direct sun. Yeah, so the wheel arch, we have half a tick. We need to finish that. But whilst I'm here, and I'm probably gonna have all the tools I need with me here, let's quickly try to replace the sliding door roller, because the bearings basically come off. I don't know how well you're gonna see it, but the part that's supposed to be rolling is completely off. So this should be quite simple. I assume that I just need to take this end bit off, undo from these two bolts, slide it out, slide a new one in, and hopefully job's done. Just one thing, that when I bought it, I got a set from eBay, and it comes with 3 pieces basically: top, bottom, and obviously the middle. To be honest, I might as well just replace all 3 of them, because why not? Alright, let's start from this one. Yeah, so looks like just a little clip there. This is going to be a very greasy job again. Do it that way. I don't want to snap the clip because I won't find it. That's out. And that should be Torque's bit. Here we go. I've done a mistake that I haven't took this out with me when we went to Scotland. What's the size? I've got T30. It's gonna be too small. Yep. T45 is also too big, and that means it must be T40, exactly the one that I'm missing. T40 used to be quite common where I used to work, and they used to snap all the time. So I think I need to pull my half-watt kit. Let's just use one of them. Beautiful. How tight are these? Not that tight at all. Once I undo this, the back of the door probably is going to drop quite a lot. So I need to support the door in some sort of way. Here we go. A stool, a football ball, and some body filler. I found the bit. That's much quicker. Alright, so that's just slides out, and yeah, you can see where this completely come off. Oh, it's quite rough. And look, the new one is nice and smooth. That was a very snug fit. I'm just lifting it up with my foot. I just thought that I could probably just do this. Oh, it's not gonna fit. Nope. Done one. Oh, it closes so much easier. It sort of, it pulls in straight away, where before we used to have to slam it so much, but at this part it's quite stiff. But I literally don't even put any force into it. I'm just pushing and it just clicks in. Probably could have done it a bit higher. This panel is a bit low. I'm gonna lift it up a bit and then we can change the other two. This bottom piece is also the same T40, just basically half of this bracket. So this bracket is attached to the door and this part just goes there. And it comes with a new bolt as well. This shouldn't drop. We got more room here, so let's use power tools. Oh, yeah, so let's stick a cardboard box in there. So I've got this multi-purpose grease, so it should help the actual bearing and the roller be a bit more lubed, you know. Because there's a lot of crap that gets in there. Just torque it to the spec. Yep. And another one done. Top one looks like it has this 13mm nut, and again it has a separate bracket, so let's try to take this off. It's gonna fall. How do you come out then? I can't see anything, the sun is literally glaring straight in my face. I guess I could just take the bracket off and that's it. Whoa. Right, you stay there. You come out. This one for me personally was the most awkward because all the door just fell off, and I'm not sure, like, there's not much alignment adjustment here, but it does close so much nicer. Literally, I'm putting barely any push in the door, where before we used to have to like slam it, because I guess this spring on this old one is just simply already too tired, where it wasn't pulling the door in, where this one is literally and it's closed. I guess we got another job to tick off the list. Sliding door, roller bearing, ticked off. So from this upper list we only have to do the sink cover, which at the moment we're still in debate. I basically had like an old worktop, but not like a proper kitchen worktop, like a piece of wood that I could potentially use it, but I don't think that's gonna be nice enough. And we're sort of hunting for a right chopping board that we could just motor bicyclists. Anyway, yeah, that we could somehow, I don't know, adapt or reshape or something like that. But of course, the cheaper option would be just make one from what we got. But anyway, now I'm thinking to tick off the last other half of the job of the wheel arch. But I'm sweating and I don't want to do this on this sun. And also, I found out that I only have this P40 body filler, which is more for like a big holes. This basically has a fiberglass. I might put like a small coat with this and then finish it off with just a regular, like, you know, that yellow stuff. Oh, that smells so good. Anyway, otherwise I need to go to Harford's or somewhere to get some body filler. See what I mean? Let's see what we can do with this. I'll try to shape something so when I use actual body filler it will be easier for me to shape the form. Again, I don't work in the body shop, this will be alright for me. Here we go, I'll leave that to dry. In the meantime, I'll go get some body filler. That's done. Okay, so as you can see, I already started sanding all this fiberglass body filler. That will do with the main sort of shape, but it's so hot on the sun that even the camera is coming up with a warning that it's overheating. I'm gonna just quickly try to put some different body filler that's gonna dry probably within a few minutes, and then I'm gonna come back to do some more sanding. Jesus Christ. This pocket knife was on a dash and it's so hot, it feels like it just came out from oven. It's burning my hands just to hold it. Here we go. I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna get into too much of a detail and trying to polish it as best as I can, because let's be honest, I'm not looking here for some sort of perfection. I'm just tidying up the rust, and for me that will do. So I've sort of masked around the wheel arch, so let's find some primer and start painting. Okay, so this is 3 coats and it's looking good. I'm happy with that. I think I'm gonna put a last coat, leave it to dry overnight, and then I'll see. I might put a clear lacquer. I'll see. Okay, let's take this off and see. As I said, I still probably could do a clear coat, but for now I'll leave it as it is. Looks not too bad. I haven't done anything about this few bubbles of rust because I didn't have an angle grinder with me here, so I just left it there. The main hole for the rust that was literally quite bad is cut off. That probably needs a clear coat, because you can see that this is sort of, you can see the reflection in here is like a very matte finish. So at some point I'm gonna give a clear coat, but I think I'm gonna tick off this job. So here we go. Marker pen. Right, so wheel arch, treat and repair. It's halfway ticked. That's it. The bottom is completed. All we got to do now is this sink cover. But as I said, we're still not 100% sure which way we're going to go about this. That's going to be a job for later on. We're getting there. Unfortunately, Emily haven't appeared in this video at all. She's really struggling with this heat. We're also working on another video, another Q&A video. So if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them down below in the comments, and we're going to try to answer as many as we can. We're going to finish with jobs. Depending on what I'm going to decide, I might still need to do that big job of the rear main seal, but that requires removing the gearbox and all that malarkey. But yeah, I think we need to take the van out and we need to speak about the whole plan. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you do, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, because there's some good stuff coming up. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.